Let me just start by saying what an honor it is, an unexpected honor, to have been asked to deliver your commencement address today. I've only been here 2 months. I can barely find my way from Foster Hall to the marketplace. So being invited to speak on this important occasion represented a big and probably unwarranted bump in this community's confidence in me. First of all, the confidence that I would be able to find my way to the amphitheater. And knowing that opportunities like this don't come along every day, and that in my case, an invitation like this may never come along again, it took me about 10 seconds to tell Dean Guna, I accept. Because this may well be my first and last commencement address at UMass Dartmouth. So I decided I won't hold anything back. There's no need for me to save my best ideas, my profoundest insights, my wisest advice, my best jokes, for some hypothetical future speech that I probably will never be invited to give. So the title of my address today is Go For It. And that's my advice to myself, and it's my advice to you. And so I'm going to go for it, and here is my top 10 list of suggestions to graduating seniors. Number 1, don't follow your dreams. I Googled commencement speech and follow your dreams, and I got 2,180,000 hits in 0.48 seconds. And no, I didn't read them all. If you want to, be my guest, but I think I can be more helpful and maybe a little bit more original than to urge you to follow your dreams. Now, it's actually okay to have dreams, but it's even more important to have a plan, to conduct regularly scheduled reality checks, and to revise your plan if that seems necessary. So make a plan. It should be bold, it should be ambitious and aspirational, but make it flexible. The future is guaranteed to be a surprising place, and you're going to have to adapt to it. Now, fortunately, the education that you've received here has equipped you with the tools to adapt. And by the way, if you end up in a job that isn't fun, you're in the wrong job. That doesn't mean every day will be fun, but if every day is miserable and the work means nothing to you, find a new job. There is nobility in work, all kinds of work, but you have to believe in it. And if you're going to be good at it, you have to love it. That was all one piece of advice. This speech might go on forever. 1 down, 9 to go. Second, build alliances. We are all tempted at times to give the people who obstruct our plans a good piece of our minds. Resist that temptation. You will become more effective by acquiring mentors and allies than by making enemies. Now, Arnold Schwarzenegger once said, "What is best in life? Crush your enemies. See them driven before you, and hear the lamentations of the women." Now, admittedly, he was playing the role of Conan the Barbarian when he said this, but still, it is not good advice, no matter if it seems to have been the mantra of certain presidential candidates. My advice to you is play the long game. Keep the friends you have made here, make new friends wherever you go, treat them well, and they will reciprocate. And that can make all the difference during the course of a career and a life. Number 3, never, ever compromise your integrity. You will have plenty of opportunities to shade the truth, to withhold important information, to cut corners, to undercut rivals, to exaggerate your accomplishments, to cheat. Don't do any of those things. Your reputation for integrity, if you lose it, you may never get it back. And without it, you are nothing. If people don't believe you, it won't matter what you say or do. You will achieve nothing. And any organization that you think you care about, you will have damaged. No momentary advantage is worth the loss of your integrity. 4, understand the mirror effect. And simply put, this means that most people will respond to you based on how you present yourself. It's a very simple trick. And I mean trick in a good way, not a bad way. If you act enthusiastic, you will be met with enthusiasm. If you act confident, people will have confidence in you. If you act like a jerk, you get the idea. The mirror effect is powerful medicine. Use it, don't abuse it, but be aware of it. My 5th piece of advice is get some sleep. This speech may help along that way. Really, when things look bad, get a good night's sleep. It can't hurt. And whatever the problem is, it may solve itself overnight. If it doesn't, you'll be better prepared to deal with it in the morning. I learned this from my wife, Pat, who is a really good sleeper, and taught me that that's a very important thing. Here's the corollary to that. If you can't sleep in the middle of the night because you're worrying about some gigantic problem, write it down and then go back to sleep. And it will shrink to manageable size when you wake up. Guaranteed. At 3 in the morning, at 4 in the morning, the tiniest problem seems insurmountable. When the sun comes up, it shrinks. Believe me. 6, be reliable. Show up when and where you said you would show up. And be prepared to do whatever it is you're supposed to do. Have your work done when it's supposed to be done. Don't make promises you can't or aren't willing to keep. Be the person that other people can count on. There are too few of them in the world. Make yourself one of them. You will become invaluable. Number 7, and with apologies to President Obama, who I think this is actually sort of a paraphrase of the Obama doctrine, don't do stupid stuff. You'd think you wouldn't need to hear that, but everybody needs to hear it. This covers a range of all too common behaviors like carrying credit card debt, or forgetting to floss, or taking the people you love for granted, or shooting off your mouth when you've had one too many beers. And this includes drunk dialing, texting, and Facebook posting, by the way. It also includes ordering spaghetti when you're at a business dinner. 8, say thank you. Say it often. Say it sincerely. Everybody likes to be thanked. It costs you nothing. It makes you feel good too. And you know, if you just thanked somebody who didn't deserve it, what's the downside? There is none. They'll appreciate it anyway. Number 9, pursue happiness, but do it wisely. Now that you're graduating and hopefully moving on to rewarding full-time employment, you're probably looking forward to, again, use President Obama's phrase, to scoring some serious Tubmans. I get the feeling that was lost on a lot of you. Bucks, we're talking bucks, moolah, money. I hope you do, and so do your families. And with your increased earnings will come increased interest in upgrading your car your apartment, your wardrobe, your choice of restaurants, and a number of other things that the daily onslaught of advertising messages tells us will make us happy. They won't make you happy, at least not for long. I base this assertion on two sources of wisdom. First, on considerable research by psychology scholars who have proven that we human beings consistently overestimate the pleasure we will derive from acquiring things. And second, and perhaps even from a greater source of wisdom, from Bruce Springsteen, who wrote, "Poor men want to be rich, rich men want to be king, and a king ain't satisfied till he rules everything." Probably not going to be kings. And if you are, probably not going to rule everything. So pay off your student loans, invest in experiences, support causes you believe in, and this will actually be a better strategy for your pursuit of happiness. Number 10, listen. If you want to be known as a great conversationalist, be a great listener. You will learn more, you will make more friends, and you will embarrass yourself less often. Now, I feel like I'm on a roll here, so I'm going to throw in a last piece of bonus advice. I've saved the best for last. Number 11. Number 11 out of my top 10. Put your family first. You're all hard workers. You've shown determination and grit and brains. And you will probably spend most of your life on the job. With luck, it will be a job you love doing, but remember, it will not love you back. It won't. For most of you, I hope your greatest satisfaction in life will come from your relationships with members of your family. Nurture those relationships. Value them. Honor them. In the long run, they will be more important than any job. That's it. That's my best advice. If you take all that advice, you're probably pretty much guaranteed a happy life. Let me just conclude by saying I join your professors, your families, and all on this campus who have nurtured and cared for you during your time with us in wishing you the brightest and most fulfilling future. Thanks.